where we left, we were discussing about SOAP and REST. What all are the differences? SOAP is my protocol. We have covered a lot of things. SOAP works with XML. These are the very basic things. From here, the things come, which is very important to know. SOAP is identified by WSDL. But what is WSDL? Remember I told you about this. WSDL is Web Services Description Language. It is a document. It is a complete document which will tell you that which all are the services available within that web service. Remember the words what I'm saying? WSDL is going to tell you the list of all the services which are available under that web service. Okay, and if you want to test your web service, then what you do need? It's a web service. If you get WSDL, okay, if you get WSDL from the developer, WSDL, then what does it mean? You are going to test it with the help of SOAP. Okay, so what I can say, two things I can say for WSDL. If it is WSDL, then I am going to use SOAP, and if I want to use SOAP, then I need WSDL document. Okay, today I'll tell you how to get this WSDL if I'm going to use SOAP. SOAP part we'll cover today. Okay, and now the thing is, if I get WADL, WADL is nothing but the same thing, but it is for Web Application Description Language. And if I get WADL, then it is for REST. Not only WADL, we have one more thing to test the REST-based API. It is nothing but URLs. Yesterday I told you about URLs. It's Uniform Resource Locator. It consists of messaging protocol, the complete list of things to which web page your control is passing. Fine. So these are the things which are required to know now, because we are going to work on these two. If I get WSDL, then it means SOAP I am going to use, and if I get WADL or URLs, then it is for REST. So what is the difference? What do you think? What is the difference between these two things? Yes. If we need SOAP, then WSDL we need. If we need REST to cover, if we need REST to use in our testing, then WADL is required. So now these both are same. There is no such difference. A complete document will be opened within browser. But the thing is, WSDL is or WADL is going to come within the format of XML. These both. Okay, and we can't understand the XML document because it is a big document, a very big document with the extension of .xml. But what about URL? We use URL in our daily life. I told you yesterday how to get the URL for any of the, if I search for anything. Okay, so URL is for single service available under WADL. Okay, so these two things I'm going to use like this. Just a minute, let me show you. This is for our retail application. As I told you, today we are going to work on our retail application based on SOAP. So this is what? This first URL is what? This is my first URL, and it describes single service available. Which service it is going to provide? I'll tell you how to identify. But for the time, this is what? The very first thing is, the very first link is my first URL, which means the very first service available under that web service. So now WADL is what? If I say I want to work on WADL, it is nothing. WADL is nothing but going to return a big list of all these services. Okay, WADL, and same thing for WSDL. So single service means one URL. This is very important thing. So this is what? The second URL is for second service. The third URL is for third service. And this is for the fourth URL, and the rest of the URLs are here. Okay, so each and every URL is going to tell me that, yeah, this is one service, this is second service. Clear? And if I get single WSDL, so all the services will reside within that web services. Clear? This is important thing to know. And we are going to work on this thing a lot. Okay. Now the next thing is, both works in request and response format. Surely request and response will come. If I'm sending the request, only then I'm going to get back the response. If it is XML or if it is JSON, request and response will be there. Both contain some tags. What does it mean? Tags means in the format of XML, it will be tag, in the format of JSON, it will be key value pair. That's it. Okay. So now the next thing is XML based request. So now I'll show you one XML request, SOAP request and response, which I got from my SOAPUI only. Okay. This is my SOAP request. See what it is. Consists of total things. It is SOAP envelope. Just read the things. Very first thing to see right now is now complete tag is coming. It consists of tags. Can you see? SOAP body tag start, SOAP body tags, where it is ending. SOAP body tags. It's under credentials. Log. It's over here. This is for SOAP body tag. It consists of SOAP envelope, then body. And this is for SOAP envelope. Now, read the very first line. It consists of the URL. It consists of some of the versions, SOAP envelope, which it is using, and from where it is coming. Like this, it will use. It's a messaging protocol. A complete URL is residing within that request. And then SOAP header tag starts and ends. This is the empty tag. Empty tag means what? Only within single tag I'm going to write everything. But if it is my complete tag like this, so body tag starts, within that multiple URLs and multiple tags are available. So now Annie, can you please tell me how many tags are there? On the day one I told you how to find the total number of tags. How many tags are there?
Three tags, I think.
One.
Three
let's
plus one.
Let's count. This
8.
is first tag. 8. Okay. Then SOAP header tag. This is my second tag. SOAP body tag starts and it ends over here. Then this is for retail login. So it is fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is 5, 6, and 7. See, this is the comment. Okay, I can't count it as my tag. This is for the comment. Okay, so this is the very first tag, the second tag, third tag. It starts and ends over here. Third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah,
is this clear now, Ashok? It's 7.
Yeah,
I can't count it. Okay, so now let's come into more
Actually, I have a small doubt here. This envelope is correct. So that is the same for all application, or it varies from application to application? Maybe
for one application it will be almost same, but a part of the URL is going to change. Okay, this is for single web service, this is for single application. You will see that a part of URL is going to remain same, but some part will change.
But
Okay.
it is seen that like different formats it been.
Format. Okay. See, the things present within the body tag or the things present within the header tag may change and will surely be changed. And these values are different. So now let's go in more depth. Just give me 2 minutes, then you'll be understand. So very first thing which is present within SOAP envelope, the complete thing is going to relate the web service of the application which I'm going to use. This is SOAP envelope header tag. Within header tag, as I told you, few tags will present. It may present or it may not present, but one condition, that tag must come. SOAP envelope header tag must come. SOAP envelope body tag must come. Like it is present, and within that, it's again going to relate it with my one of the URL. And next, the credentials, it is showing me which thing we need. On the day 1 or 2, I don't remember, one of you asked that, do we need to know like which username it is, like how we can write username, how we can write SOAP envelope body, capital B, small b. So these complete things will come on its own. I'll tell you when we'll work on our SOAP UI, which all things will come and which all things we need to write. It will be like this and this. Done. So this thing you will get within the SOAP UI when you request for this particular for one of the particular web services which are available, you will get the thing like this request and with a question mark for these two. The thing which I told you for username and password. Here you just need to write your username, your credentials, and then you will run it. This is the request. And what you will get back? You will get back the response like this. A complete response will come on its own, and these all things will within these 4 tags. Yeah. So it is showing me the username. It will be like this. Okay. And this is the session ID. Some session will come, and this is the role of how I logged in, and am I able to log in or not. How these are coming? On the basis of my request which I just run from my SOAP UI, and I'll get back the response like this. And I don't need to see like what all things are present within its tag name and all. I just need these 4-5 things. That's it. Okay, it will show me that am I able to log in or not. And the thing which I'm showing you is just how SOAP request actually looks from the SOAP UI. See, because till the time I was just showing you how SOAP looks and how XML looks. And now this is my actual request and response which I'm showing you, okay, on which we are going to work. Now let's see how JSON request and response will look for the same request. This is the thing. For the same request, how my JSON request and response will look. It's over. Just request. See, this is for my request. This is for my request, the username and the password, and this is my username and this is my password. The same thing which I can write with the help of XML within SOAP, I can write within the JSON. I don't need to write this version, a complete URL, I don't need to see. If you change even a single alphabet, even if you remove any of the alphabet, it will give you wrong output. And this thing we don't need, right? This thing we don't need. We don't want something like this. So this is the best way to use to fire the request. And what is this? Yes, what kind of request it is?
Rest.
JSON, not REST. It's
Sorry,
about the
JSON.
JSON.
Sorry.
Right, this is the JSON language which I told you how it looks. But what about XML? XML, I just told you it consists of start tag, end tag, and the values. So this is how my both are different and very easy to compare the things. Let me remove this one. Now see, this is a complete SOAP request from my SOAP UI for my retail application login, login that complete for one service. And this is the same thing you will see. You can even compare the things very easily. Today we are going to work on this thing only. So this is the JSON request. And what about the response? It is like this. Let me remove it. The same thing I'll write in the response part of your C. Done. So this is for my SOAP response, a very big list of tags which I don't need. So this is for JSON, a very simple thing. So now can you tell me what all are the differences between SOAP based request and JSON based request, or REST, SOAP and REST? What do you think? This is very anything?
Nothing. JSON is a very simple to understand. So SOAP is little difficult. I mean, there is a lot of tags. I mean, we need to see the syntax and all those things. Otherwise, it throws error.
Yes. This is the first thing which you can say. And in the second way, the same thing. Thing is same, which you said. The thing is, within SOAP, I don't need to remember. I don't need to check if it is coming in the correct tag or not. As you told just right now that it is even a single letter. If I remove, then it will not give me the right thing. Even it will give you that nothing. It will give you server 404, which you even can't identify where thing goes wrong. Okay. So JSON based request and XML based SOAP request, both are very much different. It is same only for the credentials part, the username and password. The thing which I want to pass is same, like within our Facebook account or a Gmail account. We just need to pass your user ID and password. Okay? And I don't need to check if it is coming with the parent tag or not. Only the username and password. That's it. Yeah, we do have some complex requests also, but it is far easier to understand than the SOAP-based request. Okay. So what I can say, SOAP is more formal. It consists of more rules. Like it must come like a parent tag, then child tag, then more child tags like this. But within JSON, we don't have such thing. Directly we can use the username and then password. That's it. Only key and value. Two things we need. Now clear?
Priya,
Yes.
I have a doubt
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
Actually, you said WADL, that is a WSDL, that is related to the REST, correct? So
Right.
my question is here, how to get this, I mean, this request and all this response, and whether it is a part of the WSDL or maybe separate one more document will be given by development team or something.
Okay. You know how to get WSDL? How requests come within WSDL?
I don't know.
Okay. So like WSDL, WADL will also come in the same way, but we don't need WADL. We need URLs. Each and every URL is going to relate with each and every service available under WADL. And we are going to get URLs only if we are going to test REST-based API. Okay. So each URL, if I am going to implement any one of the URL, as I just show you this thing, the very first URL is for one service. The second URL is for the second service, and these are list of URLs as well as the way to use the request, the way how JSON request will look. It will also be given by the developer only. When you are going to test any of the REST-based API, you will get a document like this, which consists of many tags, which consists of many requests. Okay, and what kind of request or what kind of method is going to be implemented within that particular URL. That thing will also be given by that complete thing will be provided by the developer only. Okay.
So basically, to test REST, we
API, yeah.
don't test REST API. We no need that WSDL document, correct?
WADL is a different thing. Yeah, like WSDL we can get and WADL we can also get, but I'm saying that URL is the thing which you will get when you are going to test REST-based API, and when you will implement each and every URL, you will see that a WADL document, a complete URL will be generated on its own from one, or I can say that from each URL, WADL will be generated from that from that web API, or instead of from that I'll say that for that web API. Okay, and you are going to get a list of URLs, not WADL, for testing REST-based API. A URL and the kind of request, the method which, see, post, get, we are going to cover these things as well, get and delete. You are going to get what kind of method available within that. Okay, and today by the end of the day or by the end of our session, you'll understand what all are the differences between WSDL and how to get WSDL and URLs. Okay, because we are going to work on a retail application with which you can relate the things. Now WSDL, it's again a theoretical thing. It's a web services description language. It is used for SOAP protocol. It is like tag-based document which contains all the services and are available under that web service. The same thing for WADL. This is instead of web service, it's for web API. I can use this word. Web application description language, web services description language. Now for the URL. URL is what? It's uniform resource locator, and just remember this thing which I'm repeating from last 10 minutes. Each URL is for one single service available under that web API. It consists of resources, the method it describes the rest. That's it. These are things you just need to know before moving on to SOAP or REST. Now the next thing is very important, server. What is the role of server? So server is what? From the day one, yeah, I'm explaining this with the same example. How server helps me? Server is something In the layman terms, I'll say first, server is something from where I'm going to get back the response, right? As an end user from the browser, I am going to send the request to the server, and from the server, I'm going to get back the response. What if we don't have server? Am I going to get back anything? No, nothing will come. It's a blank thing. Okay? So nothing will come if I don't have server. Nothing will come. It's give you bad request. You don't have your server. So server is something. What is server now? How server helps me? I told you it is going to get back the response, send back me the response. But what is server? How it is used? Server is something which is placed at the location, which is placed like if it is my Facebook account, or if it is my Gmail account, or your bank account. Say if it is your bank account. So your all the details are present within bank. Like if you are not only the client under that bank, have a list of thousand or lakhs of client the customers. So all the information related to all the customers are going to be stored at the third party location. Third party means on the server. Okay, and that server is like when you log in into if you want to know anything about your account, you will log in into your bank account. Maybe it is going to work within any of the application, or maybe it is working in the browser itself. Okay, so from all the like list of all the customers, the clients available under that bank, the details which all are present on the server are going to be sent back to you. Like if you log in with your username 123 and password ABC, you will get only your details like this. Okay, so server is something which is going to going to send me back the response, to which I'll send the request, and I'm going to get back the response, right? So now, how server is going to help me in my web service? What do you think? Like on the day one, I told you about makemytrip.com, that example. So if I relate the same thing, the same example, make my trip, I just write my details. I want to travel from Delhi to Goa on this date, number of passengers, right? So it was giving me the list of all the details of that vendor. So that thing is what? And how it is coming? That thing is coming because of the server. The details are stored at the server. Okay? So this is something which I have already shown you. Now let's come to our retail application on which I'm going to work. So how to use the retail application and what all are the servers available. Role of server is done. Now how to use the retail application. Retail application is one of the web service, or you can say a web API which we have, and servers I'm going to use on which I'll deploy that particular application. Okay, so server which I'll use are the local server, the local host as my Apache and XAMPP. Okay, there are specific versions on which the servers will be used. Okay, so XAMPP and Tomcat I'm going to use as my servers on which I'll deploy my retail application, and the Java is something on which, with the help of which only I can install these servers, Tomcat and XAMPP. These both are the servers which are provided by the Apache, only product by Apache, and there are specific versions on which my retail application can be deployed. Okay? Any doubt till this? What is the role of server? Which all are the servers I'm going to use? So XAMPP and Apache Tomcat I'm going to use, and it will be deployed, it will be installed. Any doubt till this?
Okay.
Priya, SAMP is database.
No. Okay, let me discuss about SAMP first. Yeah, any doubt, Ashok?
Yeah, even I have the same doubt. Like, I mean, what is the exact? Because we need only one server, but there is a two servers.
Fine. One thing is clear. I'm going to work on my retail application. It has its own API, which I'm going to test. Right. So retail application, it must work for SOAP and REST. Right. I must have something to test for both SOAP and REST. Apache Tomcat are two servers which I'm going to use. Both are the product by Apache only. And the thing which is why I'm going to use two servers. The reason for that is when I am going to work on SOAP, this is something from our side that our SOAP based retail application can be deployed on XAMPP only. This is something which I define, which I have like fixed this thing. XAMPP is a server. Yes, any you were saying it is a database. No. XAMPP consists of 4-5 things. Each and every alphabet has its own like meaning. Okay, it consists of 5 things. X is for cross-platform access. And this server is for Apache. Apache is a server available within XAMPP. It actually XAMPP comes within a pack of 4-5 things. And M is for MySQL. This is something which I'll say that database. Okay?
Tomcat is part of XAMPP, right?
Tomcat, Apache, we have two different things. I'll tell you what is the difference. But for the time, just remember one thing, XAMPP and Apache Tomcat. Okay? XAMPP is a server which I'm going to use, and it comes with server Apache. It comes with MySQL as your database, and my SOAP-based retail application is going to work on XAMPP only. And the same thing for Apache Tomcat. Just give me 5 minutes, and you can relate the things. REST-based retail application can be deployed on Apache Tomcat only. Apache Software Foundation consists of many more things inside this. So the database, I can use MySQL, I can use server as Apache Tomcat. So what I can say that for SOAP, what all I do need? For SOAP, what all I do need? Apache, which is going to come from XAMPP only, plus MySQL, which is again going to come from your XAMPP only. Okay? So for SOAP, only one thing you need. It's XAMPP. What about REST? And what about REST-based retail application? If I say REST, so as I told you, my retail application, REST-based retail application can be deployed on Apache Tomcat only, like this. And Apache Tomcat, which is my server, plus the database which I'll use as MySQL. So two ways to use database. You can use it from XAMPP, or you can separately download and install it. Fine. So for REST, I do need two things. I need Apache Tomcat as my server, or you can use XAMPP, or you can use separately MySQL only. But what do I prefer? I prefer Apache Tomcat separately, one thing, and MySQL from XAMPP. Now, the thing comes, Annie was saying that, what Annie was saying? Annie, you were saying something, I forgot.
Yeah, before.
Apache is a part of, you were saying that Tomcat is a part of XAMPP.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You were saying Tomcat comes under XAMPP, like this. Okay. Within XAMPP, Apache comes. Okay. These both are part of Apache only, product of Apache only. But within XAMPP, Apache comes. When you will install it, you will see that it looks like this. I've already installed. See, so when you will install this XAMPP, all these things, it's about XAMPP. Now remember the things, what all I'm saying. It's about XAMPP only, not Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat, I'll discuss about this after that. See, when you will download and install this XAMPP, all these things come. Apache, MySQL, FileZilla, Mercury, Tomcat. Tomcat even comes. But what I told you that we are going to work on Apache only out of XAMPP. So when I want to work on SOAP-based retail application, I need Apache and MySQL for the database connection. I don't need Tomcat, the very first thing. Now let's discuss about Apache Tomcat. So firstly, when I install XAMPP, all these things are already coming, which is correct that Tomcat is a part of XAMPP. But how can I deploy the retail application which is based on Tomcat? This is the thing. What do you think? How can I deploy the things? The retail application for XAMPP and MySQL for Apache Tomcat for SOAP and REST? What do you think? As I told you, Apache and Tomcat are these servers which are available in a third-party location. I am going to use these servers. The solution for this is, firstly, I'll install these three software: Java, Apache Tomcat, and XAMPP. Probably Java you already have in your PC. Okay. So firstly, JDK. Then you will install XAMPP. These two things. Okay. So these are the servers. The specific versions we have. We can't use that retail application or our new versions of our XAMPP. Okay. So deploy JDK, install JDK. I'll share these all softwares with you. JDK, XAMPP, and Apache Tomcat. When you will install with the very first time, how you will start? Let me tell you. Here. Firstly, you will install JDK, which I said you may have in your PC. Second, you will install XAMPP. So when you will install XAMPP, you will see that a folder will come. See, like this. Okay. A complete folder will come which consists of many more folders inside that. Okay. So all these folders will come for XAMPP only. I'm discussing about XAMPP. And what you will do now, the thing is, after installing, it will be generated. It is XAMPP control panel. It will come. Okay. Or you can just search for that XAMPP control panel. It will come. Okay. So now the thing is, after installing XAMPP, it is about XAMPP only. After installing XAMPP, you need to start it. How you can start XAMPP? Now remember, if I'm saying XAMPP, it means Apache only. Just start it from here, and you may get some issues. While you'll install this XAMPP or Apache Tomcat, it will be installed correctly, but maybe you'll get some issues with your port on which it is coming. Okay. So port means, now how to test? After installing, yeah, we are done with the installation. We are done with the like I am able to start it. It is showing me like yes, it is running. See, status change detected. It's running. Fine. So now the thing is, after installing, after turning it on, how to check? How to check if it is my server is available or my server is up or not? For that, just write it's about you. How you will do? How you will check your XAMPP is running or not? There are some ports which are blocked by XAMPP itself. It's 8080 and 443. Many more ports are there which are generally blocked. Okay. So when you will install, maybe you have some issues. Maybe you will get some issues. Maybe you don't get. And if you write localhost within the browser, enter. For the very first time, it is why it is showing me, because I have changed the port. 8080 port which is going to be used by your XAMPP, and for my case 8080 port is used by VMware and maybe some other application. Okay, so what I did, I just changed the port. And how you can change? Go to this config when you are not able to start XAMPP, when you are not able to start Apache. For your case, I'm saying go to this Apache config, and can you see here this one, this line? So if I write here, listen to which port, it is going to work on that port only. Okay. So it is going to work on 9090 port. Maybe it will work for you. Maybe it will work fine for you if you'll by default which port it is using. So let it be like this. But I'm just showing you in case if you are not able to turn up your XAMPP or your Apache server, then how to use it, how to check it. Just change it to any other port which you think may not be used by any port, and then can you see? If you get this thing like this, it means your server is up. your XAMPP server is up. Fine. So I hope it's clear. This is for XAMPP only. And when I'm done, yes, any doubt?
Yeah, Priya, so if we need to get some port available port numbers, then we should go to that config option and change in that folder, right? In that
Right. If you want to change on which port
whichever
it
is
must
listen.
run.
Yeah,
Yes.
just to take that one.
Right.
Okay.
See here. Just change the port number. And if you are using the default port, which is 8080, or maybe that port is 80, it was last time it was 80. So you don't need to write this 9090 after that. Just write within a new tab localhost. Enter. After localhost, your XAMPP will come. If you didn't change the port. Okay? Yes. But for my case, and maybe probably my clients to get this error.
So
That's why I'm
can we expect that any time like no port numbers are available?
no port number is available.
Always we will get any port number when
This
we
is
go for.
just a random number which I write. You can write anything. Okay, we have I think 2 raised to power 32 ports available. So approx a very big list, or 2 raised to power 12.
Yeah, we cannot give a random number, right?
Yeah, this is a random number.
Just any number we can give.
Yes, let's say if I write 8181. Okay, it's a random number.
Yeah.
And
Maybe his question like how to identify what are the available ports are there. Maybe some of the ports are fixed.
okay. Let me write firstly 8181, server name 8181, and then yeah. So 8181 is the port. Just save your file within the next tab. Localhost 8181. It is giving me connection refused. Anything wrong? Localhost 9090. Let me start it. I'll start it again. Yeah, it's working for 9090. Just stop. It's run. Yeah, it was already working on 9090. Now I'll start it. And can you see? 8181.
Yeah.
And now with the next tab, if I write localhost 8181. Yeah, now I'm getting. And now if after that, if you write localhost 9090. Okay, spelling mistake. It will not give you that thing. Localhost 90. The same thing. Okay, this is the way to change the port. I'm saying if the by default port which it will be assigned, it is good. You don't need to mention which port it is working. You just write localhost, and it will give you that same screen which it is over here. Now, Annie was saying which port, how we can identify. For that, go to command prompt and write here net start. It's in more detail -ano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we
out
will get
of
all
that,
the established.
yes,
Yeah.
which all are the ports are already being used. Okay, so these all ports we can't use. Like I can't use 8005, and this is 8181. One more thing under that. See, 8181 I am using for XAMPP.
Yeah.
Right. But how can I say it is for XAMPP only? Maybe it is working on some other port. So for that, go to Task Manager. As I'm saying, it is more detail. And go to the details. Can you see? PID on which port? So you can relate many more things. Many more things are there. This is exactly on which port it is running. 8181 is being used. 930, 9614 I can't use. 9614. And this port 11456 I can't use. So a big list of ports. So by default it will be run. It will give you the things for localhost. But if you are not able to start, if you are not able to turn on, see if 8080 port which will be assigned on its on to the XAMPP or within Apache, if it is being used by some other application, like it is giving me over here for some other port. For some other port it is giving me. You will not able to start it. You will not able to start your Apache, start your XAMPP. This is the only reason to show you this thing. Now, how to start MySQL? Your database is started from here, and 3306 is the port which is assigned to that. That's it. Very simple. So Apache and MySQL within XAMPP. Clear? How we can install, how we can check if it is running, from where it comes, which version. These all things. Clear?
What is that checkbox? Left side checkbox. Is it checkbox?
No, this is just the icon for like all these services which are available, all the things which are available in the XAMPP. Okay.
Priya, can you show me that config once again? That config and listen port. Am I right? In config file.
Yeah. Just a minute. This is for Apache. Just search for listen. It will give you where all the places where it is used. This is the very first tab. I can change it to 8181 because I can see this is a message. Okay. Something with the a hash means a message, a comment like this, and this is the thing which I'm using. Find next. Okay, that's it. Okay, is this
So
clear?
only one location only we need to modify, correct?
No, we have two locations.
Oh.
8181. Server name, local host, and yeah, two times. First one is listen to this, and the second time is what is the name of your server. It's localhost with 8181. I can identify. Okay, so at the two places you need to change, and as I'm repeating the same thing, maybe you don't need to change it, but just for more clarification, it is over here. Okay, so now the thing is how we can deploy our retail application. Here it is. Yes, installing XAMPP and Apache Tomcat. I'll tell you after that. It's about XAMPP. So when you are done with XAMPP, you are done with the testing of XAMPP as well. Now let's see how we can deploy the retail application based on SOAP, because XAMPP can work on SOAP only for my retail application. Okay, so now how we can deploy, it is available under it's under G.
So this XAMPP is a server which is an open source, am I right?
Yes.
What about this retail application? Is it open source or what?
It's not open source. It's the retail application we have created. Okay, it is not available on the like you will say that you can Google for retail application, because why I'm using this retail application. We can also use, we have multiple web services available on the on when you Google for the various web services. The reason for using our retail application is, in this retail application we have database connection as well. Okay, we can connect to database, we can fire queries, we can check how it is working, how it is running, but we don't have such things for the web services which are available on the internet. Okay, so this is the reason of using the retail application. Yes.
So this one also will be shared?
Yeah, I'll share. Yes, I'll share each and everything. The softwares, which version support the retail application, and the list of all the requests, the URLs, everything. Okay.
So after the training period, we will get the access to this application.
No.
Like for practice.
You can download these all things and it will be with you. Okay. Yes. So this is the retail application, and see, two folders are there, retail and retail app rest. So these two are for, first one is for SOAP and the second one is for rest. So right now I'm showing you for SOAP. Just copy this folder and paste this folder. This is the thing which I'm showing is for deploying the retail application for SOAP. OpenC, XAMPP, then it's htdocs folder, yes. And just paste that folder over here. Okay, done. Can you see this retail application? So if you open, many more folders are there. You don't need to get in more detail of that. Okay, this is the retail application. Let me open this features file. What all things are present within my retail application? What all I'm going to do? This is for SOAP. A list of all the things, all these things. I'll show you each and everything. Around 90% or 80% of the things we'll cover on for our retail application. Okay. Admin adds category, admin adds product, admin buyer will log in, buyer will search. All these things will do. This is just to show you what all things are available. It is showing you what all things we need within login, within add category, within add product. So category product, we have database as I told you. Okay. So all these things will do. So
the
we are
test
done.
cases for the same are developing, right?
For this one? No, nothing
For
is present
the
over here. This is for you only.
no.
Yes.
Like for our testing purpose, we have to develop the test cases for that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll generate all
I
the
mean,
cases.
is there any different format or anything?
No, everything is
No.
going to remain same. Even it is better way to test because you have even the database. You can check if thing is getting passed to database, if it is deleted, if it is updated, and many more things which you will surely be able to understand on day number parameters on day 8 or 9 probably. Okay. Yeah, how we can relate it with the database, how it is good to use. Many more things are there. On day number 8, you'll get to know about deletion, updation, like this. Okay. So these are for my retail application for SOAP only. Now we are done with deploying the retail application. We are done with deploying the retail application for SOAP. Now how to test that retail application for SOAP? This is the thing. Am I done with the retail application or something is wrong, something is left? So very first thing, you need to start your server, your XAMPP, because I changed my port to 8181, so I need to write like this. Yeah, my server is up. Now for retail, just replace this XAMPP with retail and this splash with retail. So if your retail folder is available under htdocs folder of your XAMPP, when you will enter, you will get the screen like this. And if it is not there, then you will not get the screen like this. It will again give you no such code. Okay. So we are done. We are able to reach the web service of retail of SOAP. Now to get, as I told you, if you want to test your SOAP-based retail application, you need WSDL, right? So how to get the WSDL? Just click on to this view WSDL. This is a complete thing. So this is my URL. This is my WSDL document, WSDL link, like this. Okay. With the help of this, what it is showing me? What it is showing me if I use WSDL like this, if I'm getting, then it means that my retail application is running on my server XAMPP and I'm able to get the WSDL. That's it. So now you can check what all things are present under WSDL. As I told you, it's not readable. We can't check what all things are present. Many more things are there. We don't need to go in as much detail. That's it. Okay. It's which document it is? Any? Ashok? Which kind of language used within this document?
XML1.
XML only, right? Okay. This is the thing. It's an XML document. Yes.
I'm sorry, actually I'm not able to connect yesterday. But WSDL is nothing but it's like a plan for like
WSDL is nothing but, I'm not able to hear you. Yes, what you are saying?
WSDL is nothing but an implementation plan for our like a JSON or like for writing the web services in JSON.
Okay. WSDL is what? Can you read this? It's a web services description language. It is used to describe SOAP protocol. It is like a tag-based document which contains all the services available under any web service. Okay, this is the only reason to explain the things first in a theoretical manner, then practical manner, then you can relate. Only then you can relate. Okay, so it is.
How can we get this WSDL? Like developer gives us this WSDL?
Yes, developer will give you this WSDL when that person wants you to test that application or test that web service. Okay?
So what is the use of WSDL?
With the help of WSDL, all the services will be listed within this SOAP project. Okay? Without WSDL, you can't test. It is a URL. There it is. now I'll use this WSDL within my SOAP UI. Only then I'll be able to get all the services available under that retail application. Okay? Without WSDL, we can't get all the services. And to test, we need WSDL only. And to test REST, we need URLs only. A list of URLs. Okay? Clear?
Okay.
Yes. And now the next thing is about, we are done with deploying the retail application for SOAP. Getting the WSDL for SOAP, it's also done. Now let's start working on REST. As I told you, Apache Tomcat is the server which is required. So Apache Tomcat is a different server provided by Apache only. It's product by Apache. You just need to install it on your PC. It is your
Also, Priya, like what is the difference between like a SOAP and REST?
okay. This thing yesterday and today I have explained this thing. Just go through the recorded video. I'll give you the link for that. Then it will be more clear to you.
Okay.
Okay. So Apache Tomcat is the thing which you need for your REST-based retail application. Okay. So I was explaining you about Apache Tomcat. This is my second server which I'll use, and REST is going to be deployed on Apache Tomcat only. You just need to install it. Okay, this version of Apache I'll also share it with you. For Apache, it will ask for JRE path of your Java. Okay, and it will pick the same path where it is present, but maybe if it is changed, you can change it. You can point it towards the version to the exactly right path. Okay, so when you will install Apache Tomcat, as I told you, when you will install XAMPP, a folder will come for C XAMPP only. But what about Apache Tomcat? When you will install Apache Tomcat, it will come under C, program files. After installation, I'm telling you. Okay, if you have any issue within the installation, I'll share the separate videos to install Apache and XAMPP only. Okay, after installing Apache, a folder will come like this, which consists of many more folders. Okay, so now my Apache is also present. Now how you can start Apache Tomcat? How you can start Apache Tomcat? Go to the same control panel. I can start it from here. It is showing me some issues within the port number 8009. See, I think I haven't changed the port number on which Tomcat is running, and it is showing me that 8009 is the port which is being used by some other application. So how you can change the port? Go to config folder, config this tab, go to the first file first, and I want 8009, which is being used by some other application. Okay, 8009 is not present. Go to the second file, 8009 is also not present. Go to the third file, search for 8009. Also not present over here. But if you don't have any application which can block, it will work fine for the by default port which it is going to use. Okay, which file is left? Nothing is left. Okay,